What's up, guys? It's your boy Mario back again with another Suits 2 or Suits Absolute Power devlog. A little tired now. It's pretty early in the morning right now, but I gotta make this video. So, anywho, some new stuff has happened. School started back up again. I've got my class schedule. It's a morning class schedule, and Mondays and Wednesdays I usually don't go until like 11 a.m. and Tuesdays, which is the only day I actually have my lab, is much earlier, so I have to leave the house. I have to be there by 9:30. So that means I can't be making devlogs on Tuesdays anymore. Instead, I'm going to try making them on Wednesdays, which is, I guess, fine. It's fair. It's fair. So, let's get straight to the point. What do we have new for Suits to Absolute Power? Well, I'm gonna say not much, but a lot has happened. Mostly amongst Will and my side. I think Gabe's been still working on dialogue and all that jazz. So, here's our goal, is to finish this entire district and release that as a demo. Once that's out, Suits will be done a lot faster, because there's nothing new we're going to be adding, other than maybe a few extra things, but that's all fun stuff, like new modes, new game modes and stuff. Just like the casino thing, although casino is very base game, there's going to be an extra thing in one of the districts that you can play too. And I kind of want to do more of that stuff in Suits too, during Suits 2. Just to make it more enjoyable, and not just a traditional RPG. Anyway, so yeah, once the demo's done, we will be pretty much, that means the foundation is all done. The menus, done in the sense of coding-wise. Visually, maybe we'll add some new things, but for the most part, it should look generally the same. So far, the team likes what I've made for the UI, and I like it too. So let me just make a build first. And so I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to start showing, for today, I'm going to show some of what Will has worked on, some of the enemies Will has worked on. Quite a bit of the enemies, I think. And just so you can see how they look, because I don't think anybody's actually really seen them. They've only ever been posted in the private Discord channel for our game design chat. And yeah, so only people who are allowed to go in that channel, their eyes are the ones to see these enemies. However, they definitely look a lot better than the Suits 1 enemies, but maybe they're a lot, if you look at Suits 1, they're a lot more scraggly, I guess, like with their outlines. But then again, low resolution, count the pixels. This time, they're much smoother. Their outlines are smoother, the shading, it looks really nice. Will's done a great job with that. As we wait for this, we're just gonna sit here for a while in silence, because it's the thing I should have actually done before recording. And let me just switch to game capture. There we go. So I'm gonna take the controller. Suits again. People are walking around, interact. There's still some things I gotta fix with these dialogues and like interacting with the characters. Anywho, so here's the inventory. So your use inventory is what you traditionally will have, where you can use your sandwiches. That does nothing, it just kind of deletes it, but you can easily put a function to heal you. And so one thing I want to do is kind of make it so you can like move. This was probably the hardest part of this, was just to do this. And at first I made it and it worked fine, but I realized, once you start dropping items, see, the thing is, originally you would go, if you went to the right of the selected item, it would still go right instead of teleporting back to the next item, or the first, or the item next to it. It doesn't wrap around properly. So I fixed that, and now it works fine. Now, Suits 2 is going to work a little bit differently with its with its equipment. Originally, you might remember that this UI used to say equip here, but now it says uniform because in normal RPGs you would have like each character will be wearing its own individual piece of clothing. And I'm just gonna say this is the truth. It's hard to do that, to make that like a thing. It takes a lot of time to program all that. However, when I was discussing this to Gabe and Will, since I am kind of more in charge of how the game's gonna play, I said, how about we make it, because I hate this personally. When you're playing RPG and you have multiple characters, and your main character is gonna be the highest level of them all, because they're switching out constantly, and you have to equip the specific item, all the items on it if you don't have it, and then the character's kind of stupid and useless. I never like that. So what I've done is we've created, as Gabe came up with the name, I thought it was great. So we have the company uniform. And what does that mean? That means these are the suits that you're gonna equip for all of your characters in a sense. It makes sense, I guess. Company uniform, and it kind of fits with the theme very well. And so let's scroll back to none because I haven't actually programmed the left and up arrow to do anything yet because I had to first figure out doing it for the right and down. And it's the same thing you do with the left and right. Anyway, so if you see none, here's your base stats at level 1. These aren't final. Don't take this as final. These are just random numbers I'm coming up with. But you go to test suit, boom. It'll show you like what changes. And this took me quite a while to do. So equips are not in the same inventory slot, and I noticed something's not working right. Not a surprise. I'll fix that later today. So when you equip anything, if you have multiple of the same thing, it's gonna say you have equipped all of these things. So there should be a description too, but we haven't added that. But yeah, this is the general idea of doing this. So your stats increase or decrease depending on what you wear, and it's gonna be the same thing with all these items. They're gonna just be, some items might benefit another character more than the other. Some actually might hurt another character more than the other. So it all depends on what we want to do. We kind of want to give the player, a diverse range of combinations. You might find a meta thing. I'm not going to care, but it gives us more freedom to do like cool stuff. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. There's nothing for key items. I mean, it's just going to look like this. Don't be like disappointed if it doesn't look like its coolest uniform section. But we're gonna have some more tabs here later. And yeah, so that's pretty much it as for what has been done with suits over the week. Suits 2. And I'm just gonna end this video off by showing you guys some of what Will has worked on. So we can see some of these enemies here. I'm gonna see if I can zoom out a little bit. I only open them through my web browser because he posts on Discord and it's just easier to go through that. So I'm not going to say which word these enemies are because sometimes I don't really know exactly. Like, this is just a stockman. So wherever you're going to fight him, somewhere in the district. During this demo, I like the design of it, pretty cool. Next one, we got this cash golem. We're gonna fight. You'll see in the demo. We're gonna fight him, and I like this design. Kind of cool. I mean, a little different from what I imagined, but I mean, I imagine a lot of things. Axeman. I know he looks like. Yeah, a lot of these enemies are actually gonna be in their corrupted form most of the time. We got Thanos here. Thanos. We got this sleazy guy. And we got Blogula. Pretty great character. And very important to the suits. Some homeless man, you know, that, yeah, overall the quality of these designs, like, a lot higher, while still keeping that suits aesthetic. A little rough on the edges maybe, but not super, unlike the original suits. Anyway, that is all for today, guys. I'm gonna probably upload this video a little much later, since it takes a while to render a 10-minute video on my computer. So I hope you enjoyed what you've seen here. If you have any suggestions, I'm probably not going to listen to those suggestions, honestly, but I would maybe I will. But you just put it down in the comments if you even bothered watching this video to the end. We have a Patreon. Go follow us on Twitter. Yada yada. Everything's down in the description. And I will see you guys next week.